Hey everyone. So we've had interesting a couple of days. So we had the FinTech 21 conference, which is the Commonwealth Bank conference in at the city. It was really cool. So presentation went well. The panel discussion was really cool. Lots of great feedback. Met lots of cool people, and people doing cool projects as well. So there's a lot of stuff around Web3. And what I really noticed was with all the different panel discussions and presentations, whether it be around security or the different exchanges or even compliance. And, there was a bit around compliance and like the ATO and, weirdness and weirdly the exchanges saying how cool KYC is. Like, hey, no, that's not cool. It's not fun. But even all of that, their big takeaway, if you can guess, was education. They all said, yeah, education is the most important. But I'm like, this is awesome. So it was a cool build up to actually go on it and talking about what we're doing with that. But the coolest thing was like I had it was two really cool people. So there's a lady, I've got a card, but she runs something, I think a group of schools in Pakenham. And I need to speak to her. I said she can jump in and meet all of us at some point. But basically, she heard what we're doing and implementing something like that for these schools in this district in Pakenham around financial literacy. I'm like, yeah, of course, that's awesome. Let's catch up. But the other really cool one, I was just telling Karen before, the really cool one was this like traditional finance guy who came like right at the end, came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I brought my son." So his son has just finished school, and the dad has no idea about cryptos or anything. He's like, "But I know my son's really interested in it, and I thought this is probably the best place to come and maybe learn something." And like the son's eyes, he just lit up. It was so cool. So I was like, "We've got a Discord server. You guys are both welcome to jump in and start learning together." And so we've got. So I didn't expect like for any sort of younger people to be at this Combank conference, but yeah, a really cool dad. I was like, you're a good dad, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
and paying for it, like it was pretty exy as well, like paying for him and his son to go for that, for him to go and learn. So it was awesome.
And
Really,
what
really
did you
cool.
talk about?
So school of Bitcoin. So went through basically what we're building, how we're building it. So like the decentralized autonomous education system, what that is, minting NFTs, because there's a whole NFT section, and people presenting on that. And I thought that's cool. And like, the whole art thing's awesome and kind of what they're doing with that. But I think it resonated with people, the fact that we're using NFTs for certification, and I think that's probably like one of the best use cases in terms of um, authenticity, I suppose, and having this certification that's a non-fungible token that you can then utilize in the network. I think a lot of people resonated with that. I went into like the future of education, like where that's headed in terms of what the role of institutions are going to be, and moving forward, sort of what that looks like. And I think for the most part, it's going to be learner centric, like we always talk about, and maybe them scaffolding around what learners want to do. So like the problem based learning, project based learning, and having a, a means of scaffolding other stuff around that, but not playing that central role of authority in what somebody should learn. And I think that resonated as well. And then finally we kind of went into leaving like Karen, who's the host of the whole thing. She was sort of asking, well, what do you want to leave the audience with, sort of thing. So I went into the whole story of the 21 Bitcoin donation that we had, building that learning space, and how that kind of worked, and then but basically wanting to create that for everybody else. And had a lot of positive feedback. So yeah, it was really cool.
Great work, Kieran. That's really good. Did
Oh,
you
and
Sophie?
Satoshi might, yes.
Yes.
I brought that up as well. So I
I
said,
want to know what
yeah. So
yours
I
hit the ground.
I was like, we got satoshimight.com. There's nothing on there yet, but yeah, kind of going into the Dolomite program, and this is what we want to do. The whole thing was filmed actually, so hopefully, I don't know how that works with Combank and who owns it, but hopefully we can get access to it. Yeah, it was cool, really cool, and cool to catch up with a whole bunch of people that I haven't seen in a long time, from the blockchain center and that sort of thing. And yeah, it was like, because it's been so long since I've been to a conference, like I was just saying with Karen, you forget like how awesome it is to actually just connect with people and be in a space where you're like not in a Zoom.
I know, fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah.
So different.
It is. Oh, and that was the other thing I brought up. So and I think this is something that a lot of people will get behind. So tribrid model for the Bitcoin meetups, being obviously in person, Zoom, and in VR, and specifically the VR aspect, where there is a lot of people sort of talking about metaverse and where that's going. But hammered home that it has to be an open standard for that, and that's what we're building on for inclusion sort of thing. So yeah, we should get some interesting feedback on that, but I still need to find a place so we can do that in Melbourne. I know we were looking at Swinburne at one point, weren't we, Karen?
Yes, there's been a change there, and I haven't got all the details about it yet.
Okay.
But, I'm trying to find out more before we go any further with that.
No worries. Well, I was saying last time, like I've potentially have a space here, not far from my place in Mornington, that isn't too expensive. So I was looking at, it's like a co-working space. I was looking at potentially setting up there, but I haven't had a chance to get down there. So we'll see how that goes. But I think maybe for the first one, we just do it online and in VR, and then through the digital playhouse, and sort of do it that way, and then sort of expand from there. But yeah, exciting stuff. So
Very
it was
exciting.
quite fun. But yeah, I know you've got a presentation coming up, Electra, so it won't keep you. But was there any updates anyone had for stacks ideas or anything like that?
Not this week. I think we'll come back around next Wednesday and chat to you in the meantime about getting it through the foundation.
Sounds good. Awesome.
I hope you can hear me all right because I'm on the road.
Yeah.
Just for the meetups, Karen, I haven't had anything to post in the meetups. So I sent you an email with like some sort of description to put in those meetups.
Oh, yep. Cool. All right.
So I need an image or whatever you're presenting,
Yeah. Okay. No worries.
And then I can post it up into each of the 3 meetups.
Beautiful. No worries.
I also spoke to Kieran too. There was another Bitcoin meetup group, but they're hardcore Bitcoin, just Bitcoin only. So they wanted us to jump in on a chat with them. They have a 2-hour VR on Wednesday mornings about all different topics, just really pure Bitcoin stuff, like some new things that are happening to the Bitcoin protocol. But I was transparent with them. I said, yeah, look, we do a bit of stacks as well. So they said, oh, that's cool. We had a chat about that. We don't think stacks is Bitcoin, so we'd like to jump on a call with you.
Interesting. Oh, cool. Well, let's do that. Is that the Australian Bitcoin industry body? Is it those guys?
That's correct. Yeah. So
cool,
they've got Bitcoin meetups around different cities. I thought it was Bitcoin Brisbane the guys I know, but it's actually a different Bitcoin Brisbane.
Right.
So it's the Bitcoin only crew, and then there's so they're very much Bitcoin only.
Right.
Anyway, good. They'll be a good resource for mining and a few things like that.
Oh, 100%. Actually, Chris has joined them, I think, just recently, because they've got memberships and stuff. So yeah, that'd be good. I was thinking of doing the same actually at some point. But yeah, definitely keen to catch up with them and hear like what their thoughts are on stacks versus BTC and that sort of thing. I think that's really important.
Yeah, so I have to brush up on that off the Stacks Bitcoin Unleashed. They talked about that, so go and have a listen.
Yeah,
I'll track it down.
Yeah, please.
No
I suppose the other thing for Wednesday, actually your provocation, Karen, that's sparked a lot of interest, which is cool. I've got a lot of submissions, but you know what I stuffed up? I left it as like 30 characters. So it's like it's not much room to actually write anything.
Consistent.
Yeah, so it's really condensed, especially a tweet.
We had a bunch of kids from Agnes Water fill it out, the homeschoolers and
Awesome.
kids that go to dojo. So
Awesome. Oh, well, let's pick one next week. By we'll read through them and then pick somebody to win that. That'll be cool. Awesome. All right. Well, I'll let everyone go. It's good catching up again, Karen. It's been a little while. Good to see you. You feeling better?
Actually, I'm definitely feeling better, and my whole family's on the way. It's
That's
been a bit
awesome.
tough, but hey, very lucky that we're all getting better and all good.
Definitely. All right. Well, see everybody on Wednesday.
Terrific. Thanks a lot. Good to see you all.
See you guys.
Bye.
thanks, Karen.